What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy, Gold Black 2. Yeah. Yes. So, family, check this out. Here we got a brother, that's right, a black man, who goes to court because he had to go to a hearing on some charges of drugs. This young man comes to court, he's got his mask on. Now, is there anything unusual about wearing this mask? Of course not. Time of COVID, he figured he'd wear his mask. But oddly enough, apparently in the Cincinnati, Ohio court, maybe not everybody was wearing it, but it rose the suspicion of the judge to provoke him to ask the question, why are you wearing a mask in the courtroom? And the young man expressed his reason for wearing the mask. And so the court goes on, the man here has his hearing, and then the judge, he sets another date for them to, I guess, to come back. And in closing, this judge brought it upon himself to place an order on this young black man that in 60 days, he needs to have a vaccinated. That he needs to be vaccinated. Now, according to his attorney, he stated that not only himself, but other attorneys and the whole courtroom went silent because the judge ordered this young man to get vaccinated within the next 60 days of his return to his next hearing. Now, the attorney, he wound up filing back through the court system to be heard on this order for his client to be vaccinated. Now, of course, the news spread because everybody's like, can a judge order for me to be vaccinated? Of course, the attorney said no, he cannot. So what he did wind up doing was the judge wind up expressing to the media. Listen to this, family. Listen to this. The judge said, this was what he said. The attorney, the defendant's attorney, and the defendant never objected to it. You see, I'm wearing this retired because I'm not just tired, I'm retired. I'm tired of this, y'all. It blows my mind. I don't know if you didn't catch that or not, what I just said. The judge said the defendant and his attorney never objected. Now, I know some of y'all don't get it, but let me share with y'all this. See, this is the problem that we as people have here in damn Erica. That's right, put the D in front of America, capitalize the E. Damn Erica. She's a trip. She's a destroyer. And she will do whatever it takes that if you don't object to something, she will continue to take advantage of you. So this is what the judge really was saying. You know, these people here, they've been robbed, raped, pillaged, taken advantage of, moved to the four corners of society. They don't object to nothing. We can just go ahead and put mandates. We can make orders and all right there. And if they don't object, they have to succumb. They're going to have to subscribe. They are going to have to kneel, submit to the very order or mandate that we put upon them. So in other words, what he was saying was that I'm going to check them out to see, is anybody going to object? Isn't that what's going on in society today? I've said this right here, family. I've said this before. If you can get people to comply with law, you can create a man who's complacent. Let me say that again. If you can get a man to comply with a law, you can create a complacent man. See, there are laws and rules that out here that if nobody objects, it goes right on through. Heck, if nobody's going to stand up and make a fuss out of it, we'll slide that right on in. Exactly. Now, I looked at that as just really a chance for him to see, is anybody paying attention? Now, thank goodness his attorney, who wind up putting a request in so that they can go ahead and challenge that order, has yet to gone to it yet, but is going to see exactly what this judge do. Now, I know because now he has taken some heat, that I'm quite sure he's going to throw that out. But think about it, that every time we see our brothers and sisters out here taking advantage of inequalities to work, inequalities for housing loans, business loans, prejudice and biases that happen within court systems, when it comes to, the equal treatment of brothers and sisters. And if we sit by complacent and don't object, they sit here and cross their feet and laugh all the way home. You see, I'll never forget this, family. I can't remember where I was, but I remember this older white guy. He probably was 70 years old at the time. This was probably about 20 years or so plus ago. He told me that in the early 60s, when the civil rights movement started to take place, that he thought within himself that it was about time black people started to say something. And so I'm like, okay, all right. So, I said, please continue. He said he had seen over his lifetime the mistreatment, the unfairness, the prejudice, all the things that we all had to endure, that we were doing nothing. We weren't speaking out. And that it was delightful for him to see that we could finally stand up and speak out against what was going on. Now, I won't get into the conversation is that, hey, he could have also been one of them to stand up and scream. But no. I get what the man is saying. I truly get it. How you going to speak up for somebody else if they ain't going to speak up for themselves? This is where we are today. Because we stand on our own individual islands. It ain't happened to me. I don't see nothing wrong with it. That we won't unite together. Now, I know we go out there and we do these marches and we do these protests. See, but those haven't gotten us anywhere. They still haven't changed any much, because some laws have been changed. But really, the crux of the matter, which I will say to the day that I leave this earth, that it is the Constitution that needs to be changed. It needs to be different forefathers of this country, because when you exclude anybody, which they want to talk about inclusion, when you still got on Mount Rushmore 4 white guys claiming that they are the ones who are the fathers of the building of in the structure of this country, ain't nothing changing. When you have policies and rules, regulations that are in place in the judicial system, in the institutions, in the colleges, in the libraries, in all places in here in damn America, that still holds true to this day in how we operate, how we function and do business off of these old policies, procedures, and these so-called laws. Ain't nothing going to change. Because there are always prerequisites and requirements when it comes time for you to get a house loan, a business loan. And if those policies and procedures have things that are prerequisites and requirements, that haven't even been changed over the last 60, 70, 80 years, the result's still going to be the same. So I'm going to say this right here in closing, family. When a man sits back and has his hand over his mouth, not literally, figuratively, he is allowing a beast to grow out of control and dominate a people who will never see the light of freedom until people object. Think about it.
Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it.